Hello, good day to our reviewees, to our future LPTs. Advance Merry Christmas to all. 2 days na lang, no? We will be celebrating Christmas. And I know that some of you know may mga kakilala, even relatives and friends na nakapasa sa kakatapos lang no na September 2025 na let exam. So last mga 2 days ago yata, di ba? Naglabas na ang result ng September 2025 na exam. So extend your congratulations with your friends, with your classmates, mga kilala nga na nakapasa sa previous na let exam, September 2025. At sobrang nakakasaya, nakakataba ng puso simply because majority, to be exact, 85% of our reviewees sa previous na operation for the September 2025 na exam ang nakapasa. And as a matter of fact, no, mayroon tayong mga reviewees na ilang ulit na nag-take ng exam and finally, no, as they enroll sa CPRC, sa Care Point Review Center, finally nakapasa na sila, makakuha na nila yung kanilang pangarap na lisensya. And I know also na kayo this batch for the upcoming March 2026 na let exam, no, very eager para ma-achieve ang inyong aspiration na maging licensed professional teacher. So with that, focus tayo sa ating review, no? We still have more or less 2 months to prepare for your March 2026 let exam. So focus na. Wala na tayo magpa-distract sa pressures, sa mga problema, no? Let's overcome all the struggles, all the anxiety, no? All the uncertainties, all of the questions running around into our minds. Hindi na tayo paapekto dyan ha. Focus na tayo sa ating goal. And with that, let's continue our review. So today, we will be discussing very simple lang and very short, no? Na discussion about general education arts appreciation. So first and foremost, allow me to share my screen. All right. Ayan. So again, today, our topic, we'll be discussing general education, arts, appreciation. This is a very short na topic no under general education. However, kailangan din natin no na himay-himayin yung different concepts no ng arts appreciation para mas lalong maintindihan and at the same time no ma-recall ninyo yung mga concepts pagdating ng March 2026. So focus, be ready, listen carefully ha. Again, be ready, focus lang po tayo. Now, first and foremost, kailangan natin i-define muna ano yung ibig sabihin ng salitang art. Again, first, what is art? I know that we have different perceptions, no, about the word art. But the art or the word art, ang iyang origin term is a Latin term which is ars. Again, the art or the term art came from the origin Latin term ars, which means skill, ability, and talent. Again, pag tinanong gani sa let exam this coming March, ano yung original term? Ano yung term na na-derive yung word na art? That is ars, a Latin term which is ars. Ano yung ibig sabihin ng ars? Skill, ability, talent. So ibig sabihin when we say art, any skill that you could think of, any talent that you could think of, any ability that you could think of, that is an art. Singing, it is a talent. Singing is an art. Dancing is a talent. Acting is a talent. And those were examples or are examples of art. Sir, how about sports? Doing volleyball, basketball, and other different types of sports. Sports is also an art because it is a skill, it is an ability. Sir, how about teaching? Because we teachers, we need skills in terms of teaching. Yes, teaching is also an art. So again, anything as in literally good na any skill, any talent, any ability that is art. And aside from the art derived from the Latin term ars, which mean any skill, any talent, any ability. Art is also a form of expression. Again, not impression ha. The purpose of art is not to impress, but to express. Again, art is an impression. I mean, expression. It is an avenue. It's a tool for somebody to express his or her creative skill and imagination. For example, an artist, a painter to be specific, he or she would just start with a blank canvas. And out of his or her imagination, he could create a masterpiece. Same with a composer. A composer would just start with nothing. And out of his creative or her creative skill, her imagination, he could come up with a good lyrics, no? The songs that we have now today is an expression of a creative skill and imagination. Again, art is an expression. Again, hindi siya impression ha, but an expression of one's creative ability and imagination. And aside from being an expression, art is also an opportunity to enhance our potential. Again, art is an opportunity, an avenue, a way, a mean for us to improve, to nurture, to refine, to enhance our potential. Why? Simply because you will not be excellent in possessing a talent, an ability, or a skill without practice. Same with our athletes, no? Sa kakatapos lang na SEA Games, we have our athletes representing the Philippines for basketball, for volleyball, and other events during the SEA Games. They were not at their best today out of nothing. They went to practice, they went to training. Same with our basketball players, volleyball players. So an art again is an opportunity to refine our skills, to enhance our talents, no, to nurture our potential. So again, art provides opportunity to nurture, to enhance, to refine our potential. So again, art, the word art is derived from the Latin term ars, which means skill, talent, and ability. Any skill, any talent, and any ability. Art is also an expression of our creative skill and our imagination. And it is also a tool for us to refine, to nurture, to improve, to enhance our potential. Kuha natin. Now, speaking of art, art has different functions. Again, art has different functions. And let us only focus to the three main functions of art. So art has three main functions. First, ano yung first function ni art? We have a function. When we say personal function ni art, focus lang siya sa kanyang sarili. Pansarili lang. Hindi yung pagiging selfish ha. But personal function means you just do art out of your passion. Again, yung clue na i-remember pag personal function, you do art out of passion. And at the same time, you do art to express yourself, meaning self-expression. So first, personal function is about passion. It's about self-expression. At the same time, para isatisfy ang iyong sarili, i-gratify iyong sarili. So it's about self-expression, it's about passion, it's about personal gratification or personal satisfaction. The personal function of art, again, about passion, self-gratification, self-satisfaction, and self-expression. So the artist performs art because of the passion of the respective art form. For example, A singer presents a concert for free because of his or her advocacy and the love of singing. Again, clues to remember pag personal function, passion, self-expression, personal gratification, or personal satisfaction. Next function of art is social function. Kanina sa personal function, just about yourself. Social function, on the other hand, it is not just about yourself. It has something to do with others. So when we say social function, you do art, it's either to influence others or to allow others to relate with the art that you are doing. And the purpose also of social function is to arouse or to fuel social consciousness or social awareness. So ang clues pag i-remember gani, na i-remember para sa social function, it influence others, others could relate to your artwork, or pwede rin social awareness. I know that you are familiar with this song. Recently, ginakanta siya halos no everyday sa mga artist if you do watch television shows or even concert the song yung may lyrics na kayo po na nakaupo subukan nyo namang tumayo. So it's a song that would allow no others to realize na talaga no na dapat yung mga tao na nasa posisyon they would open their eyes, no, they should be out of their seats and look at the real situations, the real scenario of the Philippines today and be able to find solutions with the problems that we are facing. So a song is an art. So with using that song, others would really be influenced, no, that they should raise their voice about what is happening in our society today. So that specific art has a social function. Another example, the Spolarium of Juan Luna. So the Spolarium of Juan Luna depicts social cancer, no? Or the abuses of the Spaniards during their colonization here in the Philippines. And because of his artwork, no, people, the native Filipinos back then were able to realize that the abuse of the Spaniards towards them as Filipinos, no, is too much. So that is why they rebel against the Spaniards. So that specific artwork of Juan Luna has a social function. So if an art, others would relate to it, and it would raise social awareness, and it would influence others, that specific art has a social function. Now, lastly, we have the physical function. Ang i-remember lang pag physical function, it has a practical use. Again, physical function, it has a practical use, meaning mayroon siyang utility. Utility or physical use ha, ang i-remember na clue for physical function. Examples, the chair, no? Chair is created for the purpose para upuan natin. The table. So these are things, no? The product of art na mayroong physical function. Talaga ba, sir? Chair, tables is an art? Remember kanina sa definition, art is any skill, any talent, and ability. And remember, you could only come up with a product out of your skill, out of your ability. Kaya anything, no? Chair, tables, these are product of arts. Mayroon silang social function. The utensils that we are using, kutsara at saka tinidor, we are using it during our eating time, our meal time. So these are product of arts that has physical function. Kuha natin ha, pag physical function, I remember mayroong practical use, mayroong utility. Another example is the building. So building is created or constructed to protect the occupants of the building. So meron siyang physical function. Now let's proceed to the different classifications of arts. We have 5 classifications of arts. Madali lang din ito siyang i-remember. First, we have verbal art. Again, first, we have verbal art. Ano itong verbal art, sir? These are art that could be spoken. or written. Again, verbal art, pwede siya spoken, pwede din siya written. Again, verbal art, spoken or written. Example is literature. So we have poems, we have novels. So these are written, no? Na arts and parts ng verbal art. Oratory, public speaking, extemporaneous speaking, impromptu speaking. How about singing, sir? Pag singing alone lang, part yan siya ng verbal art. Again, pag singing lang gani, verbal art yang singing ha. Kasali yan siya sa verbal art. Again, pag verbal art, could be spoken, sinasalita, or pwede ding written or sinusulat or nakalimbag. Examples are literature and oratory. Next, we have non-verbal art. Ano itong non-verbal art? Hindi kailangan na may words, no? Hindi kailangan isulat, hindi kailangan isalita. So examples ng ating mga non-verbal art is architecture, fashion, design, weaving, ceramics, and photography, including dancing. I-add dyan sa non-verbal art, dancing. Pag dancing alone lang, non-verbal art yan siya. How about sir, singing gani alone? Part yan siya ng verbal art. Pag singing alone lang. Pag dancing, non-verbal yan siya. Sir, what if i-combine natin, sir? Kasi we make use of design, tapos may nagsayaw, may nagkanta, may nag-arte. Ang tawag dyan ay mixed art. If you were able to experience, no, an opera, a stage play, 'di ba? May mga artistic design, the backgrounds, then mayroong kumakanta, may sumasayaw, may umaarte, that is mixed art. Sir, how about yung gina-perform good ni Sarah G, sir nga? Nagakanta siya tapos nagasayaw din. That is part of mixed art. Again, mixed art. Pag kanta lang alone, verbal. Pag sayaw alone, that is non-verbal. Pero pag pinagsabay, you sing while you dance while you're singing, that is mixed art. Yung ginagawa ni Sarah G, mixed art yan siya. Other types of mixed art, we have theater, drama, opera, cinema, and performing art. Sir, bakit yung cinema or movies part yan siya ng mixed art? Simply because, sir, di ba gaano lang yan sila, salita. So, bakit hindi siya verbal art? Remember, cinema requires acting. So, mixed art siya kasi may spoken, may acting, and at the same time, mayroon din yan siyang design. Part din, no, ng cinema yan siya. So, mayroong iba't ibang art na nakapaloob dyan. Kaya kasali siya sa mixed art. We also have applied arts and fine arts. Again, applied art and fine art. Ano yung pagkakaiba ng applied sa fine art? When we say applied, it talks about utility again. Parang yung mayroon siyang not parang, literally, pag applied art, mayroon siyang physical function. So the term applied art refers to application of artistic design to utilitarian object. Ibig sabihin, maganda siya tingnan plus mayroon siyang practical use, mayroon siyang utility, may physical function siya. Again, applied art, it is both beautiful to see, mayroon siyang aesthetic value, plus mayroon siyang practical use. For example, itong nasa picture, the tulay. Yung tulay, napakaganda ng design, at the same time, mayroon siyang physical function, mayroon siyang utility, dinadaanan siya ng mga sasakyan. We also have this handicraft over here, no? Pwede siya lagyan ng mga prutas. So mayroon maganda siya tingnan, mayroon siyang aesthetic value and at the same time mayroon siyang physical function that is applied art. On the other hand, when I say fine art, focus lang siya sa aesthetic. Again, fine art, aesthetic. Ibig sabihin, pag fine art, focus lang sa physical form. Again, pag fine art, physical form. Pag applied art, physical function. Again, pag applied art, utility, practical use, physical function. Pag fine art, aesthetic or physical form. Now let's proceed sa three components of the art. Kuha na natin ha, yung types of arts, ha, and functions of arts and classification of arts. Kuha na natin yon. Now let's proceed to the components of a work of art. Components or parts. Again, we have three components of a work of art or three parts of a work of art. Pwede component yung gamitin na term, pwede rin parts. So, wag malito ha, kasi si PRC mahilig sa mga synonymous terms. Pag sinabi nating parts, it also pertains to the term component. Mayroon tayong tatlo. First, we have subject. Second, we have content. And lastly, we have form. So, let's start with subject. Pag sinasabi nating subject, same lang yan siya ng thought sa subject of a sentence. So, general education English ninyo. Di ba? Pag subject, ibig sabihin siya yung pinag-uusapan. Same with art, subject is the main idea. Again, sa art, subject is the main idea. And since it is the main idea, subject is the essence of the piece. Again, subject, main idea, essence of the piece. And at the same time, ang subject din ang pinakadali nating makita sa isang artwork. It is the image that we could easily identify. Again, it is the image that we could easily identify. So pag subject, ang clues lang to remember, main idea, essence of the art piece, and the image that we could easily identify. That is the subject. Again, main idea, essence of the piece, and we could easily identify. Now, balikan muna natin yung functions of the art, baka nakalimutan. Again, we have physical, personal, and social. Pag personal function, gani, ano yung clue? Passion, self-expression, self-gratification, and self-satisfaction. Personal yun siya. How about social function? Ano yung clue pag social function? Again, ano yung clue pag social function? It could influence others. It could arouse social awareness. And at the same time, it could possibly make way for others to relate with your artwork. And lastly, we have physical function. Ano ganun yung physical function? Meaning mayroong practical use and mayroong utility. How about yung different classifications of art? First, we have verbal, oratory, and literature. Ibig sabihin, spoken and written. Non-verbal doesn't require words, no? It includes photography, weaving, it includes dancing. Mix, pag pinagsabay-sabay or pinaghalo-halo. We have theater, drama, film, cinema. We also have applied art, focus sa physical function. And we have fine arts, focus sa aesthetic value lang sa physical form. Again, subject, the first component or part of an artwork, ano gani siya? Main idea, essence of the piece, and the image that we could easily identify. And we have different types of subject, two types of subject. First, we have representational. Dali lang siya ma-remember. Pag representational. When we say representational, dali lang. Ibig sabihin, it represents or it depicts a reality. Looking at this example na artwork, di ba para siyang totoo? Totoong bata, totoong kahoy. So again, if it depicts a reality, ibig sabihin that subject is a representational subject. So ang remember lang na clue pag representational subject, reality, reality. Kabaliktaran niya is si non-representational art subject. Mayroong subject na non-representational ang isang art piece if it departs from reality. Ano kasagaran or kalimitan yung mayroong non-representational art na subject? Ito yung mga abstract, no? Abstract na mga artwork. It departs from reality. Representational, isa sang subject of art na nagadepict ng reality. Non-representational, it departs from reality. So, ang dali lang siya ma-recall ha. Then we have content. Ano yung sinasabi natin content? Content is the statement, the mood, your interpretation, or in other terms, it is the emotional and the intellectual lesson. To put it simply, pag content, ito yung message, ito yung lesson that you could come up with out of an artwork. Let us have this example. This artwork, makita natin na yung bata, siya yung image na madali nating ma-identify or ma-recognize. Ibig sabihin, yung bata, siya si subject. Kuha natin ha. By looking at the image, ako personally, I could think of the idea that when we allow children to do what they want to do, they love to do, they would be so, so happy. So katong na-interpret nako, yung na-interpret ko na idea that if we allow children to do what they love, they would be happy. That is the content, the intellectual or emotional lesson or message we could come up with out of an artwork. Kuha natin si content, the lesson or the message. Lastly, we have the form. Si form naman siya yung overall organization, overall appearance, the outcome of you or of the outcome of an artist putting different elements into his artwork. Again, overall appearance, overall organization, outcome that is form. Balik tayo dito sa example. Itong batang babae na ang dali nating ma-identify na image, that is the subject. Again, easily identify sa yung main idea, sa yung essence ng artwork, sa yung subject. Looking at the picture, I could think of the idea that if we allow our children to do what they love to do, they would be so happy. That is content, no? The emotional and the intellectual lesson or message that we could draw out of the artwork. Now, the overall, the entirety of the artwork, that is the form. Itong artwork mismo, the entirety of it, yung kabuuan niyan, that is form. Kuha natin ha, but hindi malito because later, si form is also an element of art. Si subject, si content, and si form, they are called components of art or parts of art. Pero si form din ay isang element ni art. And intindihan natin ano yung kaibahan ni form as a component and form as an element. Pero for this, yung form, the overall appearance, the overall organization, or the outcome of the artwork. Kuha na natin ha yung different components or parts of art. Now let's proceed sa pag-identify ng differences ni artist and artisan because more often, no, ma-interchange natin yung paggamit sa term na artist and artisan. Si artist, ang focus lang niya, makadraw ng reaction from the audience, from the viewer. For example, yung mga singer during concert, ginatawag silang artist because they just wanted reaction from their viewer. Artist yan sila. On the other hand, when we say artisan, gumagawa sila ng artistic product na mayroong practical use, na mayroong physical function. Yung gagawa ng mga handicrafts, yung gagawa ng mga pot, they are called artisan. Yung gaweave ng mga tela, na ang tela ginagamit as para makagawa ng damit, artisan ang tawag sa kanila. Yung gagawa lang ng artwork out of the purpose of gaining reaction, no? Impression from others, that is artists. Pag artisan gani, focus sa practical use ha. Pag artist, reaction lang ang kanilang gustong ma-achieve. Si artisan, makagawa ng product or ng art na mayroong practical use. Now, let's proceed sa different types of arts based sa kanilang mga dimensions. We have two-dimensional arts and we also have three-dimensional arts. Start tayo kay two-dimensional arts. Ano itong mga two-dimensional arts? Ito yung mga art na mayroon lamang width and height. So, two dimensions lang. Si width and si height. So, mayroon siyang parang height niya, no? Yung as niya and yung lapad niya, width. Ang disadvantage lang ni two-dimensional art, hindi siya makita from different angles. Same with mga paintings, no? Because painting is an example of a two-dimensional art. Hindi siya makita sa ibang angle. Isang angle lang para makita yung art piece. Again, pag two-dimensional art, mayroon lang width and height. Again, an example niya is painting. Again, ang example ng two-dimensional art is painting. Ano itong painting? When we say painting, it is the process wherein mag-apply daw ng color and pigment to surface. Again, applying pigment or color to surface, that is painting. Sir, bakit surface yung ginawang term, hindi canvas, hindi paper? Because painting could be done no using different medium. For example, sa wall, you could do painting. Sa canvas, you could do painting. Sa paper, you could do painting. So kaya surface or surfaces ang term na gamit. Applying colors, applying pigment to surfaces, that is painting. Again lang, yun yung clue na remember ha pag painting, applying colors or pigments to different surfaces. And we have different types of painting also. First, we have watercolor. For the sake of the let exam, ang clue na i-remember, pag watercolor na painting, ang clue is water-based. Again, watercolor, water-based, and it is done on paper. Again, a painting that is done on paper, that is watercolor. Again, a painting that is done on paper, watercolor. A painting that is water-based, that is watercolor. Again, a painting that is water-based, watercolor. A painting done in paper, that is watercolor. Next, we have fresco painting. Ano itong fresco painting? Ang fresco painting is a painting wherein when the paint is applied to the surface, the color dries into the plaster and the painting becomes part of the wall. Ito yung painting na kalimitan nating makikita sa mga simbahan. The fresco painting. Sir, ang taas-taas po ng definition or description ng fresco painting, yung clue na lang. The clue to remember pag fresco painting gani, it becomes the part or a part of the wall. Again, fresco painting, part of the wall. Again, fresco painting, part of the wall. Pag water-based gani, watercolor. Again, water-based, watercolor. Done on paper, that is watercolor. Pag part of the wall, that is fresco. Again, part of the wall, fresco painting yan siya. Next, we have tempera. Ang tempera, gagamit siya ng egg yolk or egg white. So, ang tempera, clue to remember, egg, egg, egg. Again, tempera, egg yolk, egg white. Egg, egg, egg. Sounds like tempura. Di ba when ang tempura, di ba parang siya ng egg? So, tempera, ang dali lang i-remember, egg, egg, egg. Pag part of the wall, that is fresco. Pag water-based, watercolor. Done on paper, watercolor. Pag egg, 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 that is tempera. Another type of painting is pastel. So when we say pastel, it is parang chalk-like, mura siya chalk. And it is a stick of dried paste. Ang clue nga i-remember, pag pastel gani provides richness, pero it is hard to maintain. Again, pastel provides a richness, hard to maintain. Again, pastel provides richness, hard to maintain. Pag tempera gani, egg. Pag part of the wall, fresco. Done on paper, water-based, watercolor. Pero, hard to maintain, provides richness, that is pastel. Encaustic is another type of painting. Ang i-remember lang pag encaustic, gagamit siya og wax. Again, encaustic, gagamit siya og wax. Again, encaustic, gagamit og wax. Now, let's proceed kay oil painting. Another type of painting. Si oil painting is the heaviest among the painting mediums. Pero ang clue lang i-remember kay oil painting, slow drying. Again, oil painting, slow drying, and appears glossy. Clue to remember kay oil painting, ano gani? Slow drying, matagal siya mag-dry, but it appears glossy. Pag wax gani, encaustic. Again, wax, encaustic. Pag hard to maintain, pastel. Provides richness, pastel. Pero, pag slow drying, oil painting. But, appears glossy, oil painting. Kabaliktaran ni oil painting si acrylic. Si acrylic is fast drying. Again, fast drying, acrylic. Again, fast drying, acrylic. And water resistant, acrylic pa rin yan. Fast drying, water resistant, acrylic. Again, fast drying, water resistant, acrylic. Pero, dili malibog ha? Hindi malito. Mayroon ba yung water-based? Pag water-based, gani, watercolor. Pag water-resistant, acrylic. Again, water-based, watercolor. Pag water-resistant, acrylic. We also have easel painting. Easel painting, mayroon siyang support. Again, pag easel painting, ang hinumduman lang easy dahil mayroong support. Again, easel painting, mayroong support. Mayroon siyang panel or canvas. Again, easel painting, mayroon siyang panel or canvas. Mayroon siyang support. Easel painting, easy dahil mayroong support. Again, easel painting, easy dahil mayroong support. May panel or canvas. We also have mural painting. Oh, very familiar na natin itong mural painting. Pag mural painting, nasa wall. Again, clue to remember, pag mural painting, nasa wall. Kasagaran or kalimitan ng ang mural painting sa mga eskwelahan, di ba? Sa mga pader ng eskwelahan. That's mural painting, nasa wall. Pag relief, it is a type of painting wherein yung images, parang hindi siya nakadikit sa surface, parang siyang naka-raise, nakalabas sa surface. It is a painting technique wherein the image no look like it raised on the surface. Hindi siya nakadikit sa surface, so parang siyang nakalabas, parang siyang naka 2D, I mean naka 3D. That is a relief, ha? Relief. The image are raised on the surface. So those were the types of painting, ha? Again, a painting is a two-dimensional art. It has width and height. Now let's proceed sa different famous Renaissance painters. We have different famous Renaissance painter. First, we have Sandro Botticelli. Again, Sandro Botticelli. Ito yung kanyang mga famous na artwork. Fortitude, Birth of Venus, Temptation of Christ, Saint Augustine, and Adoration of Magi. Pero what I do, para dali lang sa remember, nagagawa ako ng mnemonics. For this one, yung ginawa ko, Temptation and Adoration of Venus and Fortitude of Saint Augustine. Parang ginawa ko siyang sentence kasi if sentence kasi mas dali siya ma-remember. So Temptation for Temptation of Christ, Adoration for Adoration of Magi, Venus for Birth of Venus, Fortitude for Fortitude, and Saint Augustine for Saint Augustine. Temptation and Adoration of Venus and Fortitude of Saint Augustine, that is Sandro Botticelli. We also have Rafael Sanzio. Si Rafael Sanzio, ang iyang mga artwork is School of Athens, Transfiguration, Madonna and Child, and Resurrection of Christ. Ang ginawa ko din na mnemonics dito ay Transfiguration and Resurrection of Athens and Madonna. Again, Transfiguration and Resurrection of Athens and Madonna. That is Rafael Sanzio. We also have Leonardo da Vinci. Familiar na tayo sa kanyang mga artwork. We have Last Supper, Mona Lisa. Idagdag lang si Vitruvian Man. Again, parang nakataas yung kamay niya, naka letter V sa tingnan. Tapos marami siyang kamay. That is Vitruvian Man. Again, Leonardo da Vinci, Mona Lisa, Last Supper, and Vitruvian Man. And i-remember din a clue for Leonardo da Vinci, siya yung example or epitome or epitome or a symbol of Renaissance man. Again, epitome, epitome, example, or symbol of a Renaissance man, si Leonardo da Vinci. Lastly, we have Michelangelo. Si Michelangelo, dali lang remember yung kanyang mga artworks because tatlo lang siya. We have Sistine Chapel, Creation of Adam, and Pieta. Again, Michelangelo, we have Sistine Chapel, Creation of Adam, and Pieta. Pwede din siyang gawa ng mnemonics. Pwede natin siyang gawing Creation of Pieta and Chapel. Again, Creation of Pieta and Chapel, that is Michelangelo. We also have famous ng mga Filipino painters. First, we have Fernando Amorsolo. Ang i-remember lang kay Fernando Amorsolo, ang iyang mga artworks or iyang mga paintings focus sa rural landscape, mga landscape sa bukid. So, mga rural areas. Again, Fernando Amorsolo, yung kanyang mga artworks or mga paintings nagadepict og rural landscape dun sa mga bukid. Ilan sa kanyang mga famous na artworks or mga paintings are Dalagang Bukid, Emilio Aguinaldo, Making of the Philippine Flag, and the First Baptism in the Philippines. And remember then, Fernando Amorsolo, first Filipino national artist. Again, Fernando Amorsolo, first Filipino national artist. Again, Fernando Amorsolo, first Filipino national artist. And we also have Carlos Botong Francisco. Si Carlos Botong Francisco is also a famous Filipino artist. Ang i-remember lang sa kanya, mural painting sa Manila City Hall. Again, mural painting sa Manila City Hall kay Carlos Botong Francisco yan siya. And we also have Juan Luna. Familiar na to sa kanya. We have Spolarium kay Juan Luna. Next, let's proceed sa three-dimensional art. Again, three-dimensional art. Kanina sa two-dimensional art, width lang at saka height. Ang three-dimensional art, meron siyang depth. Again, width, height, and depth. That is three-dimensional art. Meron siyang three dimensions. And because of the depth, di ba kanina ang two-dimensional art, for example, painting, hindi siya makita from different angles. Ang three-dimensional art, because of the depth, no, makita na siya from different angles. First, we have architecture. Ano itong architecture? Architecture is the art of designing and constructing building. Talaga, sir, architecture is an art, yes. Di ba sa definition kanina, art came from the Latin term ars, which means skill, ability, and talent. Architecture is a skill. It's an ability. Kaya gani na sinabi ko kanina, any talent, any skill, and any ability you could think of that is an art. And that is why architecture is considered an art. And it is the art of designing and constructing buildings. And mayroong technique na ginagamit ang ating mga architects. Tinatawag siyang post-lintel system. Again, ano yung technique na ginagamit ng mga architects? Post-lintel system. Again, ano yung technique na ginagamit ng mga architects? Post-lintel system. Ano yung post-lintel system? It is providing two vertical supports and adding on top a one horizontal beam. Again, two vertical, one horizontal beam that is post lintel system. Again, two vertical support, one horizontal beam on top that is post lintel system. The technique that is being used by architects. And we have the eight wonders of the world, which are products of architecture. Excuse me. Again, we have eight wonders of the world. These are products of architecture. Sir, anong country lang man ang bakit country lang? No, masanay ako magbisaya ba? Tapos mayroon palang hindi nakakaintindi ng Bisaya sa online, no? So I'm trying myself to speak in Taglish, no? As Bisaya ba, mahirap ba, 'di ba? Magsalita ng Tagalog compare sa English. Tayo mga Bisaya, mas advantage sa atin magsalita ng Bisaya because it's our native tongue, no, language and English compared to Filipino. But as no, as social studies major, pag nang if we are going to teach no baya in public school, Tagalog baya no, Filipino language ba yung ginagamit natin. So kailangan sanayin ang ating mga sarili sa pagsasalita, pagmumutawi ng wikang Filipino or wikang Tagalog. So slang. So if you were asking, sir, bakit hindi naka-include yung description ng mga wonders of the world na ito, na mga product of architecture? Bakit country lang? Because on the previous pa na mga board exam questions na nagalabas itong mga wonders of the world, lahat ng question mayroon talagang country. So para easy lang for you to familiarize, no, country na lang yung nilagay ko. Hindi ko na sinali yung description because again, in the history of let exams, if nagalabas ito sa kasali talaga yung country sa question. Para dali lang siya ma-remember, so country na lang yung inyong memorize na clue. First, we have Great Wall. Oh, we're familiar with that sa China. Chichen Itza sa Mexico. Again, Chichen Itza, Mexico. Ilagay dyan sa Mayan City. Again, Chichen Itza, Mayan City, Mexico. Again, Chichen Itza, Mayan City, Mexico. Petra, Jordan. Petra is also called the Rose City. Again, Petra, Rose or Rock Cut City. Again, Petra, Rose City or Rock Cut City sa Jordan. Machu Picchu, Peru. Machu Picchu, Peru. The Christ the Redeemer sa Brazil. Again, Christ Redeemer, Brazil. Colosseum, it is an amphitheater sa Rome. Colosseum. Sa una tong mga sa Roman Empire pa dito agatigi, gapuksaan ang katong mga fighters. Ginahimo sila og parang entertainment somehow during the time back then. Colosseum. Sa Rome yan siya. Taj Mahal, India, that is built out of love, no, ni Shah Jahan kay Mumtaz Mahal, iyang love. Taj Mahal, India, it is built out of love ni Shah Jahan kay Mumtaz Mahal. Angkor Wat, it is also called the City of Temples sa Cambodia. Again, Angkor Wat, Cambodia. Now we have famous Filipino architects. First, we have Juan Akpil. Kanina, si Fernando Amorsolo, no, he was a famous painter or he is a famous painter and siya ang first Filipino to be awarded as national artist. Si Juan Akpil, first awardee po siya sa National Artist for Architecture. Again, i-distinguish natin ha para dili malibog, para hindi malito. Fernando Amorsolo, first good siya. Siya talaga yung first na naka-receive ng National Artist Award. Si Juan Akpil siya yung first nakatanggap ng National Artist Award for Architecture. Specific yung kanya, for Architecture. And ang iyang famous work kay ang pag-renovate niya sa Quiapo Church. G-renovate niya ang Quiapo Church. Si Leandro Locsin, ang i-remember lang sa kanya is the CPP and PICC, the Cultural Center of the Philippines and the Philippine International Convention Center. Yan yung mga ginawa ni Leandro Locsin. Present pa rin yan hanggang sa ngayon. Now let's proceed to sculpture. Sculpture ha is also a three-dimensional art. Mayroon siyang width, mayroon siyang height, and mayroon din siyang depth. And ano ba yung ginagamit na materials or media or medium ng mga sculptors? They use clay, glass, plastics, wood, stone, or metals. Sir, pati plastic na tao, kung pwede lang Jod, no? Kung pwede lang, gamitin yung mga plastic na tao para maubos silang lahat. Paggamit natin sa mga sculptors, no? Kailangan sila maging monumento. Just lang. Again, ito yung mga media ho, yung mga material na ginagamit ng ating mga sculptors, clay, glass, plastics, wood, stone, or metals. And mayroon tayong different ways or techniques sa paggawa ng sculpture. First, we have carving. So, carving sculpture remove cuts, chips, and drills parts of the solid mass to create the form. Sir, taas kayo siya. Mataas siya masyado. Tapos medyo ah nakakalito. Carving, ang clue lang i-remember is you take out of the material. For example, you use wood as your medium or your material for your sculpture. If you cut out something out of that wood, out of the material to create the form, that is carving. Again, you incise, you cut out, that is carving. Cutting away, no, incising, mayroon kang kinuha sa material, gitanggal sa material para makagawa ka ng form, that is carving. Mayroon siyang kabaliktaran. Anong kabaliktaran ni carving? That is modeling. Yung modeling naman is you add. Modeling is a technique sa sculpture when you gradually adds more of the material to build the form. For example, you use clay as your material. So you add clay para makabuo ka ng figure, ng form, that is modeling. So cutting away, taking away parts of the material, carving. But when you add materials to create your desired form, that is modeling. Kuha natin ha, dali lang siya i-remember. Next, we also have assemblage. Sir, ano itong assemblage or assembling? Meaning you use different parts to create your artwork, to be specific, your sculpture. Kanina si carving and si modeling, same material lang yung ginamit. Same material si carving, ga-take away siya ng same material. For example, stone, stone yung gina-take away niya. Pag wood, wood yung gina-take away niya. Si modeling pod, pag clay, clay lang lahat yung ginamit niyang material, add niya. Si assemblage, gagamit siya ng different materials para makakreate. Kuha natin ha sa assemblage or assembling. Ito, medyo nakakalito siya, pero to make it easy, si modeling and si casting, nakakalito siya at first, no? Pero pag maintindihan, madali na lang. Ano kaibahan ni casting and ni molding? Iba si molding kay modeling ha, hindi malito. Si modeling with E yung nag-add. Ito si molding, nagagawa ka pa lang ng forma, ng mold. Yang ginagamit good na sa pagluluto ng puto, ng bibingka, 'di ba? Mayroon silang doon binubuhos yung yung ingredient para magmukha siyang bingka, magmukha siyang puto. That is molding, yung paggawa ng mold mismo. The process of shaping materials into desired form. Same with yung gagawa good ng mga dolls. So before sila makagawa nung kamay ng doll, gagawa muna sila ng forma kung saan ibubuhos yung material para magawa yung kamay ng doll. So that is molding. The process of creating your desired form, yung hulmahan, yung paggawa ng hulmahan, that is molding. Pagkatapos, pag nakagawa na ka na ng hulmahan, pwede ka nang mag-casting. Gawin nating example yung paggawa ng puto. So the moment na nakagawa ka na ng hulmahan ng puto, you pour out, you pour down nung ingredients ng puto, tapos naluto na yung puto mismo is the casting. Same with creating dolls. Nakagawa ka na ng shape, ng form, ng hulmahan ng kamay ng doll, tapos you pour out na yung material na ginamit mo para makagawa ng kamay ng doll. Yung kamay ng doll na byproduct, that is casting. Yung process na ginawa mo, casting. So mauna si molding bago si casting. You can never do casting if hindi ka nagkaroon ng process na molding. Kuha natin ha, mauna si molding kaysa kay casting. Ano yung distinctive nila characteristic? Si molding, process of shaping the materials. Si casting, process of creating the form. Again, process of shaping the materials, molding. Process of creating the form, casting. Kuha natin ha. Now let's proceed sa famous Filipino sculptors. Hindi ba nito ha? Okay. Para sa mga major in English and for Gen Ed English also, pag sculpture, that is the type of art. Pag sculptors, sila yung mga taong gumagawa ng sculpture. Sculptors pertaining to tao na nagagawa ng sculpture. Alright? Isa sa pinaka-famous na Filipino sculpture ay si Guillermo Tolentino. And I know that we are very familiar with this name, no? Guillermo Tolentino. Ay, balikan natin. First Filipino national artist, si Fernando Amorsolo. First Filipino national artist for architecture. Sino gani? Si Juan Nakpil. Si Guillermo Tolentino, idagdag dyan, siya ang first Filipino to receive the National Artist Award for Sculpture. Again, Juan Nakpil for architecture. Si Guillermo Tolentino for sculpture. Si Fernando Amorsolo, first national artist na hindi specified. National artist lang talaga. Si Guillermo Tolentino, first national artist for sculpture. Si Fernando Amorsolo, si Juan Nakpil, first national artist for architecture. Ano pala yung ginawa ni Guillermo Tolentino na pinakasikat? First, we have the oblation sa UP and the Bonifacio Monument. Again, oblation and the Bonifacio Monument, that is Guillermo Tolentino. We also have Eduardo Castillos. Sikat din ito na sculptor. Ano yung ginawa niya? People Power Monument. Again, People Power Monument. Si Napoleon Aveva, Jodas, spoken, soft-spoken lang, Judas Kiss and Transfiguration. Again, Napoleon Aveva, Judas Kiss and Transfiguration. Now, before tayo po mag-proceed sa textile art, let's have a quick break muna for mga 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes muna tayo na quick break. Mag-inom muna ako ng water, sandali. Alright, let us continue. Check ko muna if my audio is working. Now let's continue na sa textile art. So textile ha is also an art. 'Di ba? Kanina, again, ulit-ulitin ko the definition of art, 'di ba? It is a term derived from its original no Latin term which means arts. Ars. Ars means skill, talent, and ability. And textile, no, or creating textile is an ability. It's a skill. Kaya textile is an art. And textile is both an art and a craft. Ano yung ginagamit niya na material is fiber. Again, fiber. Fiber. Again, ano yung material na ginagamit sa textile art? Fiber. Anong specific na fiber? Plant, animal, and synthetic fiber. Again, textile art, gagamit sila ng fiber. Anong types of fiber? We have plant, animal, and synthetic fiber. Anong purpose ng textile art? Nagagawa sila ng textile art for two purpose. First, for decorative purposes, meaning for aesthetic, for design, and for practical purposes. Para may roon siyang physical function. Because textile art could be used as a decoration and textile art could also be used no in a practical way. Gagawa tayo ng damit out of textile art, banig. It has a practical use. So textile art could be a decoration and something that we could use no that has a practical use, mayroong utility. That is textile art. And textile art, by the way, is also a symbol of culture. It could also speak loudly no of a tradition or a culture of a certain group. Most especially here in the Philippines that we have a lot of cultural groups no that has been kumbaga very famous with their textile. So it's a symbol no. It's a mirror of their culture and tradition. The same with tinalak. Tinalak is an example of a textile art and it is a symbol no of a very rich culture of the Tiboli tribe of South Cotabato. So clue to remember pag tinalak, Tiboli of South Cotabato. Again, tinalak, it is a textile no of people part of the Tiboli tribe of South Cotabato. And majority, no, if not all, babae talaga yung gawiv, no, sa mga cultural groups natin here in the Philippines. Again, tinalak, Tiboli of South Cotabato. We also have Pisyabit or Siputangan. Yung Pisyabit naman or Siputangan, ang clue lang na i-remember, Tausug of Sulu. Again, Tausug of Sulu, Pisyabit or Siputangan. Pero pag tinalak gani, ano yun siya? From Tiboli of South Cotabato. Again, tinalak, Tiboli of South Cotabato. Pero pag Pisyabit or Siputangan, that is Tausug of Sulu. Again, Tausug of Sulu, Pisyabit or Siputangan. We also have Dagmay. And Dagmay is a hand-woven textile made from abaca fiber. It is made of a plant fiber, ang Dagmay. And ang paghimo sa Dagmay or paggawa ng Dagmay involves mud dyeing technique. Ibig sabihin, nagagamit sila ng mud, no? Wherein the tribe members soak their Shannon-dyed yarns into iron-rich mud for days. Pero ang i-remember lang kay Dagmay, ginagawa siya ng mga mandaya. Again, Dagmay, ginagawa ng mga mandaya. Kanina tinalak, Tiboli of South Cotabato, Kisyabit or Sipitungan, Tausog of Sulu, pag Dagmay gani, ano yung gagawa na tribe? Mandaya. Again, Dagmay, Mandaya. Pag tinalak, Tiboli. Pag Pisyabit or Siputungan, Tausog. We also have Inaul textile. Ang Inaul textile naman means weaved, no? It is a unique fabric woven by Maguindanao. Again, Inaul, Maguindanao. Again, Inaul, Maguindanao. Again, Inaul, Maguindanao. Pag Dagmay, Mandaya. Again, Dagmay, Mandaya. Tinalak, Tibuli of South Cotabato. Pisyabit or Siputungan, Usog of Hulu-Sulu. Again, pag Maguindanawon, Inaul. Maguindanawon, Inaul. We also have banig. So banig, no, or creating a textile banig involves folding over strips of materials to make unique geometric design. So as you can see, no, sa banig, meron siyang geometric design. It uses mga geometric shapes to create a design. And ang i-remember lang sa banig is Basay Samar. So sa Basay Samar siya nag-originate. Banig, Basay, Samar. Again, banig, Basay, Samar. Pag inaul, ano yung gagawa gani? Maguindanawon. Again, pag inaul, Maguindanawon. Pag banig, Basay, Samar. Pag tinalak, Tibuli of South Cotabato. Pisyabit or Siputungan, Tausug of Hulusulu. Pag dagmay, Mandaya. Again, dagmay, Mandaya. Pag inaul, Maguindanawon. Banig, Basay, Samar. Again, Banig, Basay, Samar. We also have puso. Sir, bakit yung puso part siya ng textile art? Hindi naman siya tela. Pag sinasabi natin textile art, hindi lang siya pertaining to tela. So, puso is part of textile art. Ang i-remember lang sa puso, it is an old way or an old method in food preparation. At saan nag-originate ang puso? Sa Cebu. Puso, ang i-remember lang, old way of food preparation and nag-originate siya sa Cebu. And remember, pag magsakay ka ng barko, no, Cebu going to Bohol, ano talaga yung puso? Kay matagal mapanis, no, yung kanin na niluto out of puso. Again, puso, Cebu. Again, puso, Cebu. Pag banig gani, saan siya? Sa Basay, Samar. Again, banig, Basay, Samar. Pag puso, Cebu. Those were textile arts. Now, proceed tayo sa technological media. Sir, yung technological media kasali pala sa arts? Yes. Because technological media involves skills, no? Requires skills and ability. Kaya si technological media is also part of arts kasi ga-involve siya ng skill and ability because as I've told a while ago, no, art, no, anything that you could think of, no, any skill of you could think of, any talent or ability you could think of that is part of art. That is why technological media is an art. And what are the examples of technological media arts? First, we have photography. Photography is an art. Bakit siya maging art? Kaya ganit, 'di ba, if there are events or celebrations, for example, debuts, no? Debut, wedding, no? We hire mga professional photographers because simply because hindi lahat, no, are able to capture excellently photos or pictures. Same with other skill or ability. Hindi lahat magaling kumanta. Hindi lahat magaling sumayaw. Hindi lahat magaling sa sports. Sports is also an art, no? It's a skill, it's an ability. Same with photography. It's an art, no? Because hindi lahat magaling sa photography. So it's a talent, it's a skill. So that is why photography is considered as an art. So ang clue lang I remember pag photography, it is a technique that you capture optical images. Again, capturing optical images, that is photography. Again, capturing optical images, photography. Clue to remember pag photography, again, capturing optical images. Ano yung pinaka-first talaga recorded in history na camera that is called daguerreotype? Again, daguerreotype, that is the oldest or no? The first ever camera recorded in history. Again, daguerreotype. Again, daguerreotype. Pero, pag capturing optical images, that is photography. Again, capturing optical images, that is photography. Next, we have film, videos, or pwede rin cinema. Again, ilagay dyan yan ha. Pwede film, pwede video, pwede din cinema. Ang clue lang i-remember sa film, video, and cinema, it is the most advanced art that involves movement. Again, most advanced art, films, videos, and cinema. Again, most advanced art that involves movement or most advanced art, films, videos, and cinema. Sir, bakit sa most advanced art? Simply because films, videos, and cinema, after shooting, no, mag-editing pa yan siya, no? It requires a lot of equipments para matapos or magawa. So that is why films, videos, and cinemas is considered the most advanced art. Lastly, we have computer arts. Kina-consider ang computer arts as an art simply because again, it requires skill and ability. Ang clue lang i-remember kasi napakataas ng kanyang description. Use of software application. Again, when you use software application, computer arts. Examples, Adobe, Photoshop, Affinity Designer, Clip Studio, Paint Pro, Artweaver, ArtRage, and many, many more. Pero, use of software application, computer arts yan siya. Again, use of software application, computer arts. Pero, most advanced art, again, most advanced art that involves movement, that is film, cinema, or video. However, capturing optical images, ano yan siya? Capturing optical images, photography. The first ever recorded camera, daguerreotype. Kuha natin si technological media. Now let's proceed sa philosophical themes of art. Kanina, yung subject, content, and form, ano yung tawag sa kanila? They are parts or components of arts, ha? Hindi malito. Parts or component of arts, we have subject, content, and form. Philosophical themes and art, first we have integrity, proportion or consonance or radiance or clarity. Pag sinasabi nating integrity, the artist is faithful to his or her principle. Again, integrity, the artist is faithful to his or her principle. Now, ano yung mga implication or nagpapakita na ang isang artist is faithful to his or her principle? Mayroon tayong tinatawag na mga art enthusiasts, most especially sa painting, no? Mayroon tayong tinatawag na mga art enthusiasts, mga expert pagdating sa art, no? Love talaga nila yung painting. When there is an exhibit, painting exhibit, no? Yung isang art enthusiast, madali lang niya ma-identify sino yung may gawa ng art na yun without looking sa credit line, ha. Sa credit line kasi makita yung name ng artist and all, mga information about the art. Pero by just looking at an art piece, makita niya or ma-identify na niya kung sino yung gumawa ng art piece na yun. Simply because the way the artist create the artwork or his masterpiece is out of his own principle na very faithful siya, very consistent siya. That is integrity. Faithfulness to your own principle as an artist, that is integrity. Another example, when you are a singer. So dapat when you are a singer, uh, you for example, if you sing a song, no, nga karang dili pa kayo famous, tapos you allow others, no, to be informed kung sino talaga yung original singer. So that is part of integrity, faithfulness to your principle as an artist. Again, that is integrity, faithfulness to your own principle. Mayroon din tayong mga artist, no, mga artista na ayaw nila na magkaroon ng projects na mayroong kissing scene or bed scene. So that is something that has to do with integrity. Prinsipyo nila yon na hindi sila magawa, no, ng teleserye, ng movie, because doing teleserye and movie is an art, no? Acting is an art. It's a skill, so that is why it is considered as an art. So yung prinsipyo nila, hindi sila gagawa if ever mayroong bed scene or may kissing scene. That is part of integrity, faithfulness to one's principle. Next, we have proportion or consonants. Si proportion and consonants, ano ito siya? Medyo nakafocus lang ito siya sa painting, sa drawing, no? Sa, yeah, sa ganyang mga klaseng art. Si integrity, pwede siya sa iba't ibang types of art. Si proportion and consonants, medyo focus lang talaga siya, no? Sa uh, painting, sa drawing. So, proportion and consonants means there is a balance and consistency of the elements used. Hindi ibig sabihin pag balance na kung ano yung nang doon sa right, nang siya rin din yung nang doon sa left, kung ano yung mga objects or images na nasa right side ng kanyang artwork, nandoon din sa left side. So, yun yung balance na sinasabi. Hindi. Kahit pa magkaiba yung mga images or objects, no, or elements na ginamit sa left side and sa right side, as long as mayroong harmony, that is considered balance. So, mayroong proportion and mayroong consonants. Again, ang clue lang i-remember pag proportion or consonants, there is balance and consistency of the elements. Radiance or clarity, masabi lang natin na mayroong radiance and clarity ang isang artwork if there is an impact. Yung mapapawaw ka. At mayroong meaning, ibig sabihin, naintindihan mo yung message. Again, an artwork, no, has radiance or clarity if there is an impact, yung mapapawaw ka, yung mapapapangha ka, at mayroon siyang meaning na move ka dahil mayroong message, that is radiance or clarity, impact or meaning, radiance or clarity. Now let's proceed sa different elements of art. We have 7 elements. First, we have line. When we say line, it is one-dimensional. Again, pag line gani, isa siyang one-dimensional nga element of art. Again, one-dimensional element of art, line. Mayroon siyang direction and length. And it is an identifiable path created by a point moving in space. Ibig sabihin, si line is created out of connecting one point to another point. So this is point number 1, point number 2, and if you connect that, that is called line. Again, line yan siya. One-dimensional lang ha, line. And there are different types of line. And the different types of line, mayroon siyang impression, no? Na ginasuggest in the work of art. First, we have the vertical line, yung pataas or pababa, vertical line. Yung direction niya or movement niya, it's either upward, pataas, or downward. That is vertical lines. Ano yung impression na gina-imply ng vertical line? Isulat dyan. Height, posture, strength, and stability. Again, vertical line, height, posture, strength, and stability. Next, we have horizontal lines. Ano yung gina-imply ni horizontal line? Una muna tayo sa movement ha. Ang movement ni horizontal line, it's either from left going to right or right going to left. That is horizontal, yung pahiga. So vertical, upward, downward. So horizontal, left to right or right to left. Ano yung impression ni horizontal line? Calmness. Again, calmness. Horizontal, calmness. We also have diagonal line. Yung slant line. Again, diagonal or slant line. Ano yung impression na ganyan gina-imply? Lack of stability. Again, diagonal, lack of stability. We also have zigzag. Oh, well, familiar, di ba, with zigzag lines? Kanang pa letter Z. It is zigzag line. So it's the combination of diagonal lines. So again, clue to remember, combination of diagonal lines, that is zigzag lines. Ano yung impression ni zigzag line? Mayroon siyang impression of energy, of chaos, of excitement, of fear, that is zigzag line. Energy, chaos, excitement, no fear, that is zigzag line. We also have curve line. Yung parang Sa beach, anong tawag dyan? Balud sa Bisaya. I forget the English term. Wave, no? Parang wave sa beach. Those are curved lines. So these are lines that appears linear, hence directions no are not clearly established kung left to right ba siya, kung downward or upward ba siya. So curved lines. So parang balud, no? Or waves sa beach. Ano yung impression ng curved lines? Ang impression niya is comfort and ease. Again, comfort and ease. Hindi malito ha, si vertical, I mean si horizontal line, yung pahiga na linya, calmness. Again, horizontal, calmness. Pero si curve, comfort. Again, curve, comfort. Or softness. Si horizontal, pahiga, calmness. Kuha natin ha, different kinds of lines. Proceed tayo sa shape. Shape is two-dimensional. Yan yung clue na i-remember kay shape. Two-dimensional. Si shape, same sa kay form. Si shape and si form, same sila ng purpose sa artwork. Ano yung purpose ni shape and ni form? Ang purpose nila is to define objects in space. Again, si form and si shape, they define objects and space. Pero anong difference gani? Si shape is two-dimensional, si form is three-dimensional. So dali lang siya ma-distinguish ha. And there are different types of forms. First, we have regular. Sa regular forms, these are forms na mayroong parts na related and consistent and orderly na pagkagawa. So to put it simply, sa regular form, ginatawag din siyang geometric form. Kasi sa regular forms, gagamit siya ng mga geometric shapes. For example, cone, cylinder, so regular form ang tawag sa kanila. Regular or geometric form. Yung parts nila related to each other, consistent and orderly. Those were the clues to remember. On the other hand, we also have irregular forms. Kanina, sa regular forms, ang parts niya related to each other in a consistent and orderly manner. Sa irregular forms, unrelated ang iyang mga parts. And other term na irregular form is free form. Again, free form. Now let's proceed to another element which is space. So ang space, ang clue lang i-remember, area. Again, space, area. Area within, no? The art piece na gigamit, that is space. Area, space. And same sa form, si space, mayroon din siyang two types. When we say positive space, yun yung space na ginamit para lagyan ng mga objects in the artwork. Most specifically or most especially yung space na ginagamit kung saan nakalagay si subject, yung main idea ng artwork. So again, positive space, so yung space kung saan nakalagay yung mga objects or elements na ginawa doon sa artwork. On the other hand, pag negative space, background lang siya. Again, negative space, background. Pag positive space, that is the space wherein nakalagay yung subject. Looking at this specific slide sa presentation, itong logo ng CarePoint, ito ring mga design na black and violet ba yan siya, yung space na ginamit kung saan sila nakalagay, positive space yan siya. Tapos yung mga blank na space na walang nakalagay na object, yan yung background or negative space. Kuha natin. Dali lang yan siya. Next, we have texture. O, dali lang ang texture. That is the surface quality. Is it hard? Is it smooth, rough, hairy, leathery, sharp? Texture, ang clue to remember, surface quality. Next, we have value. Si value, ginatawag siya chiaroscuro. Again, tinatawag din ang value na chiaroscuro. it refers to the lightness or darkness of the color. Again, refers to the lightness or darkness of color that is value. Ano yung kaibahan ano yung value? For example, i-compare mo si yellow and si black. 'Di ba mas light si yellow, mas dark si black, that is value. You compare two different colors in relation with the lightness or the darkness of the color, that is value or chiaroscuro. Next, we have color. So color is the property of light, ha? Clue to remember pag color? Property of light. And when the light goes out, the color goes out with it. Again, when the light goes out, the color goes out with it. That is property of the color. I mean, property of light, that is color. Now we have primary colors, no? These are the primary colors. We have blue, murag violet siya, 'di ba? Parang violet siya tingnan sa screen, pero it's blue, ha? Blue, red, and yellow. So ang mnemonics natin is bright. Blue, red, yellow. That is, those are primary colors, blue, red, yellow. Also have secondary colors, yung nasa gitna. Yung pagsasama na ng mga primary colors, we have green, violet, and orange. Again, green, violet, and orange, or GOV. Pwede nating GOV yung mnemonics, green, orange, violet, that is secondary colors. It is a product, no, when we mix primary colors. Secondary colors, we have GOV, green, orange, violet. Pag primary, we have bright, blue, red, and yellow. We also have the dimension of colors. Ano yung mga dimensions of colors? We have three. First dimension is hue. When we say hue, the name of the color or the color itself. Again, hue, the color itself. Again, hue, the color itself. When we say blue, white, red, orange, that is hue, the name of the color. Next, we have the intensity. Ang intensity, remember, brightness or darkness of color. For example, color blue. We have light blue, dark blue, baby blue, navy blue, sky blue. So that is intensity. One color with different intensity. Mayroong mas dark, mayroong mas bright. That is intensity. Brightness or darkness of color, intensity yan siya. On the other hand, pag sinasabi nating lightness or darkness of color, that is value. Yung sinabi ko kanina, si yellow compare kay black, mas lighter si yellow, mas darker si black. That is value. Intensity, brightness. Value, lightness. Again, kayo daw be? Intensity, value. Again ha, brightness, intensity, lightness, value. Pwede din kayo magkaroon ng mnemonics, BI or bad influence, brightness, intensity. BI, brightness, intensity. O, si value, hindi rin siya magpapahuli LV, no? Brand, sikat na brand, LV, lightness, value. Pag BI, brightness, intensity. Oh, hindi natin isali si darkness kay same naman sila, no? Darkness, darkness. Value, lightness yan siya. LV, BI. Now we also have mga color schemes. First, we have the monochromatic colors. When I say monochromatic, same siya kay intensity. Again, ang monochromatic colors, same siya kay intensity. One color, but with different shades, no? Different. May isa mas darker, may isa mas lighter. That is intensity. I mean, mas brighter. That is monochromatic colors. One color, no, pero different yung shades nila. That is monochromatic colors. We also have analogous colors. So when I say analogous, different colors sila pero next to each other. Analogous, different colors but next to each other sa color wheel. Again, analogous, different colors but next to each other. We also have complementary colors. When we say complementary, opposite or contrast ang clue na i-remember. Again, complementary colors, opposite or contrast. We also have warm and cool colors. Pag warm, medyo mainit. Parang marasog fire. Parang color ng fire or ng apoy. We have red, orange, and yellow. Again, warm colors. Parang color ng apoy ha. Kasi mainit. Red, orange, yellow. Warm. Cool colors. Ito yung malamig sa mata. We have green, blue, indigo, and violet. Again, cool colors. Medyo malamig sa mata. Green, blue, indigo, and violet. Now let's proceed. This is the last topic, the principles of design. So these are the things na dapat i-uphold sa itong mga artists. First, harmony. When I say harmony, no, this is a principle that produces an impression of unity throughout the selection and the arrangement of the objects or ideas within the artwork. Pag harmony, ang clue i-remember, impression of unity. Again, pleasing sa pandinig if it's a song or a verbal art, no? That is harmony, pleasing. Again, harmony, pleasing sa pandinig if it's a verbal art. If non-verbal art siya, pleasing sa paningin. Harmony. There is an impression of unity. Pleasing siya tingnan or pleasing siya pakinggan. Next, we have rhythm. When we say rhythm, no, in an art piece, it requires movement or indicates movement through repeated elements. Again, it indicates movement through repeated elements. That is rhythm. Again, rhythm, repeated elements that creates movement. Tungod na ay mga repeated elements, mayroong binalik-balik na elements, mayroon siyang movement, rhythm. Next, we have the principle of balance. When we say balance, no, you combine elements and there is a feeling of equilibrium and stability. Ang clue to remember, pag balance, equilibrium, stability, stable, that is balance. Again, clue to remember, equilibrium, stability, balance. And we have different types of balance. First, we have formal balance. Ang formal balance, ito yung mga artwork na kung ano yung mga objects, no? Na nasa left side, yun din yung exact objects na nasa right side. That is formal balance. Kung mayroong circle na malaki sa right, kung mayroong circle na malaki sa right side, mayroon ding circle na malaki sa left side, no? Equal. Same yung nasa right side at saka sa left side. That is formal balance. Informal balance, on the other hand, meaning kahit magkaiba yung mga objects na nasa right side at saka sa left side, balance pa rin siya tingnan. Pleasing pa rin siya tingnan. That is balance or informal balance. Next, we have radial balance. Ano itong radial balance? Ang radial balance, it means equally space yung mga elements from a central point. For example, yung central point mo, you make a big circle doon sa pinakagitna. Tapos, you create a small square sa taas. Tapos, 3 inches yung pagitan from the big circle to the small square sa taas. Sa baba, nag-draw ka rin ng star, small star. 3 inches din yung space. That is radial balance. Equally spaced yung mga elements from the central point. Kuha natin, radial balance, equal yung space. Next, we have emphasis. So, ang purpose ng emphasis is to carry the eyes of the viewer towards the center of interest of your artwork para mapansin agad yung gustong element or object na mapansin, no, ng mga audience. That's the principle of emphasis. Ginagamit yan siya ng mga artwork, no? Para dali ma-identify or makita yung subject ng art piece. That is emphasis. Proportion is siya yung size value. I mean, it's kumbaga, it's the relationship, the size relationship of all of the elements. For example, dapat yung tree mas bigger kaysa sa grass, that is proportion. Yung batang babae na aking iguguhit or aking ipipinta is bigger than the chair na kanyang upuan. Kasi it's not good to see no in an art piece na malaki yung chair kaysa sa batang babae. Sobrang laki ng chair. So how it could be karang possible no? Sobrang laki ng chair tapos yung batang babae sobrang small. So hindi siya consonance no or proportionate tingnan. So that is proportion ha, the size relationship between elements of an art piece. So that is proportion. Size relationship yung clue na i-remember. Again, proportion, size relationship. Next, we have variety. Or last two na ito. When we say variety, there is diversity, there is contrast. Ibig sabihin, you use different shapes, you use different colors. That is variety. Dali lang siya. Variety, different shapes, different colors, different shades. That is variety. Mayroong diversity, may contrast, may differences, no? That is variety. Clue to remember, diversity, differences, contrast, variety. And lastly, unity. When we say unity, ang taas ng kanyang description, art is supposed to be created and perceived as the sum of its parts. Elements and some principles of art will cease to become if they do not unite with the rest of the whole piece. O say pasabot, ano yung ibig sabihin? If there is unity, magiging meaningful yung artwork mo. So if a viewer no or an audience of your art piece or an spectator of your art piece creates meaning out of your artwork, ibig sabihin mayroong unity yung paggamit mo ng mga different elements, no, yung paglagay mo ng different objects sa iyong art piece. Unity, meaningful or meaning lang yung i-remember na clue. Again, unity, meaning or meaningful. All right, that's the end of our discussion for general education arts appreciation. I hope no that you've learned something. So this video will be posted sa inyong Google Classroom. So balik-balikan lang no if ever mayroong malimutan, so you could go through again this video. And I'll be sending on your individual GC no sa na morning session, evening session, weekend and online session yung quiz na 83 items with answers, no? Edit ko muna yung ano, yung PowerPoint presentation, lagyan ko ng mga answers ha para dali lang ninyo ma-identify ang answers. I will send the PowerPoint presentation ng quiz for general education, arts appreciation, 83 items yun siya para ma-review ninyo. Then this video will be posted on your Google Classroom. I hope you will be celebrating your Christmas with so much joy, with so much happiness. Now celebrate it with your family. It's time for you to rest, but um, take time to you know re-energize, to re-establish yourself, no, to rejuvenate yourself, so that you could have a fresh start this coming January for the remaining days of your preparation for the upcoming March 2026 LET exam. However, again, I'll be sending you drills from December 24 to January 2 for you to be I mean to have something to do no uh during your Christmas break. It's only a 200 item and drill each day. 100 item for Gen Ed and 100 item for Prof Ed, no? At least masanay tayo na magsagot-sagot every day. So that's it. I hope you've learned something from this video and see you next year. Advance Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to all.